Hello, welcome back to 10.3 Data Distributions. We're on page 697 in the book. And problems 7, 8, 9, and 10, we are going to find the 5-number summary, and we're going to use that to make a box and whisker plot. And as I mentioned in the previous video, usually we use graph paper, but I chose not to do that just because I didn't want to rely on it. You can still draw it freehand, that'll be fine. Okay, so here are the steps. First, we're going to put the numbers in order. That's something we can do, we're pretty good at. First, we're going to put the numbers in order. Then we're going to find the 5 numbers. That's the minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. I'll show you how to do those. Then we're going to use those 5 numbers to draw my box and whisker plot. So it's easier for me to show you than to talk about it, so let's get started. Let's put these numbers in order. So you got 21, 31, 26, 24, 28, 26. Looks like 21 is the smallest number. And then I got 24. And then I got a couple of 26s. And then looks like 28. And then that 31 right there. Okay. Let's find out what the 5-number summary is. So I've got my minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile. Remember, the median is actually Q2, and the maximum, which is also known as Q4. Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Those are perfectly okay. Well, the minimum and the maximum seem kind of easy. That's going to be 21 and 31. Those are just the numbers on the ends. The median is the number that's in the middle. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. 1 plus 6 is 7, and half of 7 is 3.5. So that's going to be halfway between the third number and the fourth number. Luckily, these are both the same, so that's easy. The median is going to be 26. Or you can add them and divide by 2, you still get 26. Now, because I've got such a small data set, which I'm not real comfortable with, box and whisker plots are better when you got lots of numbers. I'm going to cover up the bigger half, and I'm just going to look at these 3. The first quartile, Q1, is the number that's in the middle of those. All right, so I got 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. The second number is the one in the middle, and you probably didn't need to do that just to see that 24 is in the middle. The same idea for the upper half. It looks like the 28 is in the middle. Good. Now I can draw my box and whisker plot. My range is going to be from 21 to 31, so I need to show that probably with a little bit of a margin. So I'll start with 20, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and let's go just a little bit beyond, okay? So here's what I do. Now I'm using this Sharpie as I always do. What I usually do in class, since I got my whiteboard, my dry erase board, I usually just draw like a line all the way through first. I'm trying to, and then I like use my eraser to erase that. I can draw it with pencil, but I thought that in making the videos that'd be a little bit more confusing. So pay attention to what I do in class if I use the whiteboard. All right. So I'm thinking about like a line that's going to go right across here that I'm probably going to end up erasing most of it. I just can't erase my Sharpie. 21, here's 20, here's 21, is going to be on that line, and I'm just going to make a dot. And don't forget to label it. 31 is also going to be on that line, and I come up, make a dot, and I label it. Now the other 3 are not going to be dots, they're going to be like lines, line segments actually, but lines. 24 is right here. Make sure you label it. 26 is right here. Label. And 28, 6, 7, 8 is right here. So dot, line, 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 dot. Draw across the top and the bottom to make your box, and draw these lines to make your whiskers. box and whisker plot. And none of these examples tells what the data represents, so that's why I'm leaving the table, or sorry, the title off. All right, let's put them in order. I got 12, 13, 42, 62, 62, 82. So it looks like those numbers are already in order. All right, cool. So let's find our 5 numbers. I've got the minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. My minimum is the smallest number, which is 12. My maximum is the biggest number, which is 82. Already I know that I've got a big range. So when I draw my number line for my box and whisker plot, I'm going to either have to scrunch the numbers down or I'm going to have to draw it really big. I have to decide when I get there. What's the median? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. Again, the number in the middle will be between the third number and the fourth number. So I'm going to think 42 plus 62, and I'm going to get 104. Then I'm going to take 104 and divide it by 2, and that's going to give me 52. So the number in the middle between 42 and 62 is going to be 52, which actually kind of makes sense. The ones are all the ones position are all 2s, and then what's between 4 and 6? That'd be 5. All right, so what's the number in the middle here? 13. And what's the number in the middle here? 62. Let's draw. So this is make-believe data, and I know that they chose it just because of the weirdness that's happening here. Let's see what the graph is going to look like. So I'm going to have to fit it in the paper. I got to decide. I can't just start going 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to run out of space. So I got to think about this a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by tens, and I may not be able to draw all the marks between them, so I'm going to have to estimate. So I'm going to start here with 10, and then I'll go 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and since I go more, I'll do a little bit more, I'll go to 90. Now, this is why when you're doing it for real, you should use a pencil. And just like bar graphs, line graphs, stem and leaf plots, whenever we draw a graph, we can think of it in terms of coming up with a rough draft. So if I was drawing this with pencil, maybe I might make it a little wider. Maybe I might use a ruler. Here's a ruler I've got. Maybe I might use a ruler to actually mark off everything, okay? But this is just a sketch. We're just learning how to do it. All right, dot, dot. So 12, I'll tell you what, I'll put the 5s in. That might make it a little bit easier, but my marker's too thick to do all the other ones, okay? So 12 is going to be about right here. So I'm going to put a dot right here. And let's label it so we know exactly where it's at. 82, here's 80, 85. 82 is going to be about right there. So again, here's my dot. I have a line at 13. Now, 13 is right next to it, so that line is going to be just like that, real close to it. 52, here's 50. 52 is going to be about right here. And again, graph paper would be great. And 62 is going to be about right here. And don't forget, I got to label these. So this is 13, 52, and 62. So I draw across the top and the bottom to make my box, with the line in the middle being representing the median. And then I draw my whiskers. And this whisker over here is really small. That's because 12 and 13 are real close to each other. Like I said, box and whisker plots get interesting when you got lots of numbers. But right now we're just going to practice it. All right, number 9. Well, these are interesting, like I said, numbers. Let's put them in order. I got 1, 1. I got 2. Let's mark those off so I don't lose them. I got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And again, notice that I'm lining up the commas so that I know that I've got them all. Okay. Minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, maximum. My minimum is 2. My maximum is 4. Excuse me, sorry. 6. I was looking there. I don't know why. I'm supposed to be that one right there. Okay, it's 6. Now let's find the median. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. 8 plus 1 is 9. Half of 9 is 4.5. So it's going to be between the 4th and the 5th number. Since both of these are 2, my median is going to be 2. If the two numbers in the middle are the same, it's just going to be that number. Now let's find the middle of these. So I've got 1 plus 4 is 5. Half of 5 is 2.5. So I'm going to go 1, 2, halfway. What's halfway between 1 and 2? That's going to be 1.5. Same thing over here. What's halfway between 3 and 4? That is going to be 3.5. Now, unlike the last problem, problem number 8, these numbers are all scrunched together. So I'm going to make my number line a little wider. So I'll start with 1, then I'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I suppose I could go a little bit more, 7. Like I said, I went beyond the 2 and the 6 just to give it some margins. And because I've got decimals in here, I might want to mark my halfway points. So then I got 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, etc. 2, put a dot right here and label it. 6, put a dot right here and label it. 1.5, wait, what did I do wrong? I did the same thing. You guys are watching me at home and you're like, but that's supposed to be a 1 because I look there instead of there. That's a mistake people make. All right, so I'm going to ignore that 2. I'm going to go to, this is supposed to be a 1, and then 1.5 is right here. So this right here is going to actually represent my median. So I got 1.5 and 2. Boy, don't I just feel awkward. 3.5 is going to go right here. So here's my box. Here are the whiskers. And that's what it looks like. I guess I'm just going to have to do better with the next one, huh? Finally, problem number 10. All right. Now this looks like real data. This looks like possibly like scores on a test with extra credit. I don't know. What's the smallest number we have here? 68. Do I have anything in the 70s? Nope. 80s. Yep, I got an 88, and that looks like it. 90s. So I got a 90. I got a 96 and a 95. So we'll do 95, 96. The rest of them are in the hundreds, so I got 101, 104, 106. 101, 104, and 106. Sound like I'm calling out FM stations. Again, I'm lining up my commas so that everything, I didn't lose anything. All right, minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. I'm gonna have to cover this up so I don't mess up again. My minimum is 68. My maximum is 106. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers again. So again, with 8 numbers, the median is going to be between the 4th and 5th number. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, or 4.5. What's halfway between 95 and 96? You can add them and get 191. Divide that by 2, or you can just reason it out. They're both in the 90s, so it's not going to be less than 95. It's not going to be more than 96. It's going to be between them. So what's halfway between 5 and 6? So I'm going to get 95.5. Okay. Now, in the lower half of the data, the two numbers that are in the middle are 88 and 90. What number is exactly halfway between 88 and 90? That would be 89. And in the upper half, the two numbers are 101 and 104. What number is exactly halfway between 101 and 104? Again, maybe it's not so obvious. You can add and get 205 and then divide by 2. I'm going to get 102.5. Oops. So my range has to go all the way from 68 to 106. So I might need to go by, at least by 5s. Have to make it kind of big. So let's start with 65, and then we'll do 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, and I'll go up to 110. So now 68 to 106 is going to be within my number line that I had there. The minimum and the maximum are both going to be dots, and I'm going to put it in this space right here. So 68, let's see, 68 go 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. So 68 is about right here. And we'll label it. 106, here's 105, so 106 is going to be just a little bit bigger, and don't forget that we have to label. 89 is right in front of the 90, so I'm going to draw my vertical line like that with my label. 102.5 is actually halfway between 100 and 105. Oops, I forgot something. Oh, I forgot the 95.5. I'll get to it. That's fine. I guess as long as I get them there before I start to draw my box, I'll be okay. And 95.5 is real close to the 95. There you go. So now I'm going to draw the top of my box, the bottom of my box, and the whiskers, just like that. All right. Ask questions. We'll see you.